We've never had a dwarf before, but they all come from fastnesses stuffed with treasure. And there's this girl, Elda. She's the daughter of Wizard Derk, who... began Finn, who knew Elda quite well. Wizard Derk is a wealthy and important man, Corkoran continued. Did you say something, Finn? Only that Derk doesn't approve of the university, Finn said. It was not what he had been going to say. Obviously he changed his mind when he found his daughter had talent, Corkoran said, or he wouldn't be paying for her to come here. All right, that's agreed then. Mina, you're married to a bard. You know how to use powers of persuasion. You're in charge of sending a letter to the parents of all students who... I have another idea, Wizard Umberto put in from the end of the conference table. Everyone turned to him hopefully. Umberto was quite young, rather fat, and almost never said anything. The general belief was that Umberto was a brilliant astrologer, except that he never said anything about his work. He went pink, seeing them all looking at him, and stammered, I think we should, well, you know, be able to set up a scheme to let people pay for magical information. You know, come from miles away to be told secrets. Oh, don't be silly, Umberto, said Wizard Wehrmacht. Wehrmacht was the youngest wizard there and very proud of the fact. You're describing just what we do anyway. But only for students, Wehrmacht, Umberto stammered shyly. I thought we could, sell everyone horoscopes and so forth. But then they wouldn't be secrets, Wehrmacht said scornfully. Your usual muddled thinking. I suggest... Umberto and Wehrmacht, Corkoran said, you are interrupting the chair. At this, Umberto went pinker still, and Wehrmacht said, I'm so sorry, Corkoran. Please do go on. I'd nearly finished, Corkoran said. Mina is going to send out a letter to the parents of all students, asking for the largest possible donation and telling them their names will go up in a spell with the ones who give most in big letters at the top. We're bound to get a good response. That's it. Now, forgive me if I rush away. My latest moon studies are very delicate and need watching all the time. He gathered up his lists and stormed out of the council chamber with his tie flapping over his shoulder. I hate these meetings, Finn said to Mina as they walked out into the stone foyer together, where the shouts and rumbles from the arriving students echoed louder than ever. So do I, Mina said dourly. Why do I always end up doing the work for Corkoran? Finn found Mina the most ravishing woman he knew. She had brains and beauty. He was always hoping she might be persuaded to give up her bardic husband and turn to him instead. It's too bad, he said. Umberto just sits there like Humpty Dumpty, and Wehrmacht throws his weight about and then crawls to Corkoran. Dench is useless. It's no wonder Corcoran's relying on you. Of course he does, said Mina. His head's in the moon, and I didn't notice you offering to do anything. Well, said Finn, my schedule... As if I hadn't enough to do, Mina went on. I've seen to all the students' rooms and the college staff and the kitchens and the bedding, and there's probably going to be an outcry when someone realises that I had to give Derk's daughter the concert hall to sleep in. She's too big for anywhere else. How is it, anyway, that Corcoran's teaching her? Why does he always grab the most interesting students? That's just what I was going to say, Finn cried out, seeing his chance to be truly sympathetic to Mina. I've met most of those students. I knew them as kids when I was wizard guide on the tours, and I tell you it's going to serve Corkoran right for hogging the ones he thinks are best or richest or whatever he thinks they are. They probably are the best, Mina said, barely listening. I did the admissions too. The university secretaries nearly went mad over that.